just so you know, this is going to go out to a load of school kids in
Is it?
challenging
Oh,
situations.
I've not swore, have I?
Young entrepreneurs. No, we'll edit all this stuff.
All right,
but
okay.
I'm just saying a lot of them will resonate with this
Right.
journey of not quite fitting in.
Right.
And you met Marilyn Monroe.
I did. Yeah.
And you went on to build Kiddie Care, which became the largest independent baby shop in the UK.
That's
correct?
right. Yes. Yeah. And we.
How the hell's that happen?
How the hell did it happen? It's very interesting because in life, you normally people don't set out to do something, and I do a lot of mentoring and a fee paying, mentoring, which goes to charity, and what happens, I get a lot of people that I don't mentor because they just want to earn. No, sorry, they just want a lot of money.
Gotcha.
I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a trillionaire. Go, yeah, but what are you interested? Whatever's going to make the money.
Yeah.
And if you follow whatever is going to make the money, you're not going to be happy, and you're not going to succeed because you haven't got that passion. Well, you have to build a passion anyway.
Yeah.
And if you're going into something that is going to make you a lot of money, but you haven't got the passion for it, and you haven't got the interest, well, what is the point? What are you?
Yeah.
What is it all
come
about?
from a place of authenticity, then, does it?
It's it doesn't work anyway. Most people do not make a shed load of money by doing something that they're not interested in. And if you're not interested in it, you've got to make yourself interested in it for a start.
Yeah.
Because it's brain. You've got to kind of brainwash yourself. So it's like this. Whatever you're doing today, make sure that you're doing it better than anybody else could do it. Make sure you're doing it the best that you can, even if you hate it, because you know in your heart you're not going to do this for the rest of your life because you hate it. Yeah. But if you do it better than anybody else with more enthusiasm and passion, and you will then probably, if you're working for somebody will say, stop, if you're too good for that job, I'm going to give you a better job. And if you're so passionate about that job, because I can do anything.
Amazing advice.
Yeah, I can do anything with passion and enthusiasm that'll last 12 hours. Right? So I can do that because I know I'm not going to do it tomorrow. Or if I do it tomorrow, I'm not going to do it for the rest of my life.
That's great advice. So if you commit to anything, do it with excellence. Give it your all.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal advice. I know. No, it really is, because there's so many people don't take things because it doesn't quite fit for them, or this or that, or they'll reluctantly commit to something. And I was always told, whatever you do it with excellence. I took an in-between job sweeping a swimming pool factory, and I was the best sweeper they had ever had. Yeah. And when I read a similar thing in your book, and I was just, I don't know, I had to meet you. So. Well,
to kids, if you were saying earlier on that kids might need some advice, right? I hear a lot of parents saying, my child, well, they don't call them child because if they've been to university, and my son or my daughter can't get a job. No, bollocks to that. They can get a job. I can go out today and go and get a job. Yeah. Right. They can't get a job. I said it's not that they can't; it's they won't. Yeah. Because you say, well, before this world problem. You could go into any McDonald's, any fast food place, and you go, is there any vacancies? And they go, oh yeah, so-and-so's not turned up for his shift. Yeah, come in. They need you. Yeah. They need you. And people go, he's not taking a job like that. Why not? Why not take a job for somebody like McDonald's, who's probably one of the biggest companies in the world, with the best technology in the world, and the best systems in the world? Why not take a job with them to learn how this shift I don't know what is it, chickens or burgers or something.
Yeah,
Anyway, whatever
everything,
they're shifting, how does it get from the grower, the farm, to the plate? You know, just because you're serving some chicken and chips, how has it got there?
Yeah, paid learning.
What's the chain? They're paying you to learn something that would cost you a fortune, you know, and then remember, I'm not going to do this, I'm just here to learn, and then go on to the next job and the next and the next. And
so as an employer yourself, if you
Yeah.
you know, somebody sits in front of you, they've got a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, this, that or the other, and they've never worked a day in their life,
Wow.
versus somebody that's got a bit of something and has done a couple of years at McDonald's and, you know,
Yeah.
shows a bit of savvy.
Yeah.
How would you view
Oh,
the
well,
two?
there's two entirely different things, because you want to employ people that for a job that's more intelligent. Oh, I say intelligent. I say because you've got to realise that my words, I've not got the vocabulary a lot of people have got.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say intelligence, I mean
A proven skill set.
if they've been to university and they've learned something,
Mm-hmm.
not just parted, but they've really learned something, and they're skilled at that, they've got the knowledge, I want to employ them,
Okay.
because they're going to be for that particular job. They're
Yeah.
going to be great for that particular job. I think most of the people who you employ, you usually find they've got other skill sets and can adapt to something they love and
Yeah.
their passion and what you want to do. You employ somebody for a particular job, what their skill sets are for, and then you want to find where they are in their element.
Yep.
And it might not be that job.
Gotcha.
It may be something else. But get them when they're in the element of that and say, forget about this job, have that job.
And they add value to your
They add
business in that
value to
position.
the business. Yeah. So there's two real types of people. The people who have never had a job in their life,
Trained for-
but are very skilled, because you know, being a technical person, then I'm not a technical person. I know how to switch this on and off, but as for the inside workings of that phone, of a computer, the technical stuff,
Yeah.
I haven't got the time to learn.
Gotcha.
I don't want to learn it because it's too exciting. Everything else is too exciting.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I want to get people who can just do it. This is why in kiddie care we had 125 full-time staff. I could have anything I wanted, because all I'd got to think of what do we want to do, and we've got skill sets there to do it. And if we hadn't, we just used to bring people in.
Right.
And,
Gotcha.
and so on the other scale, when there's people who have not bothered about going into an area where, because they're not interested in anything, they haven't found what they're interested in,
Yeah.
and they're sitting on their arse at home and they're thinking, it's the amount of money I want, this is what I will work for, you know, and God, I'd work for free, you know, it just to
Yeah.
the knowledge is so that type of person, well, the first thing that useless people used to ask is, how many weeks holiday do I get? Go, but you've never had a job.
Oh.
You know, you've been on holiday for like 18 years,
Yeah.
and you're asking how many weeks holiday you get. You know, what can I do for the company?
No. It's frustrating. I know exactly what you mean, but along the way you must have had your mix of really good staff and some, you know, staff that weren't quite the right fit.
So in retail is, very few people want to be in retail as a career.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a means to an end very often for most people. But when you do get somebody who loves retail, you keep them.
Yeah.
And you, the way you keep them is to find out what they're interested, what part of the business they're interested in, and let them go to that part of the business.
Yeah.
And what you find is for every 20 people that you get through the doors for a growing business, and I'm talking on the cutting edge of the wave business, where you're pumping, you're going for it
really
every
exciting.
single day. You're going for it. There's this horizon is just over your right. And we're testing everything that imaginable. Then you get 19 of them leave, and you get one stay, and that's great, because as long as those 19 have come to you and have left with more knowledge, that's what we were interested. It didn't matter whether they left. You know, it was like, are you taking more knowledge with you? Because if they take no more knowledge, say they've been there 6 months, some of them they're there for 6 hours because it wasn't for them, but some of them were for 6 months, a year, and if they took no more knowledge than when they came, we'd not done our job right, and they'd not been fair to themselves.
Gotcha.
They hadn't. So we wanted people to learn, be of use to the company and themselves, and then if they was, people used to say, I've never been to a business like this. I've never been to somewhere where people are interested in us becoming like better in ourselves.
Yeah, that's great.
So it was
obviously done something right, because you've got
well, we had 125 people. That was like, I should say 120 were dedicated to the business. That's
a pretty good ratio.
Pretty good, yeah. But that takes years and years, and the mindset with the people who are already there, and the skills that they'd got, and these were just normal people who weren't afraid to clean the toilets, weren't afraid to make a cup of tea, weren't afraid to sweep up, but there was, obviously skilled people, because they became skilled.
And I guess that's also telling on you as an employer, that they must have felt more value than just being an employee. You must have felt like a family.
We did.
Which is pretty exciting.